Hello, social media. Hello to everybody out there. Welcome to Lakitatsharpe's famous, exclusive, inspirational channel. I am so happy that you guys have decided to join me on tonight. So I welcome you. Welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe. It is 10 o'clock at night. And it is Tuesday, and it is May 13th, and I am filming out of Virginia. I want to tell you guys, it has been raining all day long, and it took a lot for me to get out of bed and do this video, because I just wanted to cuddle in the bed. I've been tired for 2 days, and just wanted to just chill. You get what I'm saying? Just chill out. You know, I don't know how your day has been, but I've been a little bit like wanted to just relax. But I made it here because I'm like, I know you guys want to see a video as well. So I'm here, you guys. I'm here. So I welcome you. Check out my books over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from in my name. Check out one of my books, Unstoppable. 2 of my life stories, one of my book, Unstoppable, and check out the other one, the Lakitatsharpe success story, From Struggle to Success. So check out 2 of my life stories, okay? And also, if you want to donate and sow a seed and pay your tithes and offering to the ministry, feel free to do so. Thank you so much for your donations. I have received some of your seeds and have prayed over them. So thank you so much for that. And also add your email address to my website and receive the updated blogs and emails. So let us go into the message. Well, let's do it. God is blessing you in the land. God is blessing you in the land. Wherever you may be and where you are right now, God is blessing you in the land. So today, as I was studying the book of Ruth, okay? And Ruth was a woman who lost her husband. And, you know, she didn't have much. And she was faithful to her mother-in-law, Naomi. So they decided to move back home. I believe it was to Bethlehem, to move back to home. And Ruth didn't have much. She didn't have anything really. And when she moved back to the land, their homeland, moved back to their land, well, she saw that there was a field, and she decided to go to the field and to work and follow the workers there in the field, hoping that she will be able to, you know, get some work. And fortunately, it ends up being a rich man's field named Boaz. So she had no idea that this field that she was looking at and went to go and work and follow the followers, that it belonged to one of her relatives who was rich, named Boaz. And Ruth was very faithful to Naomi, which is her mother-in-law. She was like, wherever you go, I will go. When you die, I am there. Wherever you go, I am with you. I am not leaving your side. And, you know, both of these women had lost their husbands, okay? And they had nothing, pretty much nothing. They were like in a situation and decided to go back home because they had moved to a place named Moab. And so they heard that the Lord took care of his people, you know, back at Bethlehem. And I believe it was Bethlehem. So they went back there And if it's not Bethlehem, I know it's starts with a B, but I believe it's Bethlehem. And they went back there, right? And so Ruth was very faithful to her mother-in-law, Naomi, right? And when she was working in the field, when Ruth was working in the field, you know, Boaz was like telling his workers and asking his workers, who is this woman? He was checking her out. He was like, who is this woman? You know, she's faithful. And they was telling him all about her, how she's been faithful to her mother-in-law and not leaving her side and being with her every step of the way. And eventually, you know, he was like telling her that I know I have seen your good deeds. I have seen all of your work. I know what you have done. And the Lord is paying you in full. For everything you have done, the Lord is paying you in full. And she's like, what? You know, she was like, I'm not even good enough, you know, and I'm not even good enough to be here. I'm not even good enough to receive. I'm not even good enough to, you know, receive blessings from you, you know. And eventually the two of them married each other. You know, he chose her as his wife, and she became pregnant, right? And I believe her baby, Obed, you know, eventually became a king or whatever. So, you know, two of the women, they started off, Naomi and Ruth, started off with nothing, right? They started off with nothing, but then they end up, you know, having Boaz take care of them, you know, and watch over them, you know, and to provide, to give them all that they need. And the Lord blessed Naomi and the Lord blessed Ruth. So they were blessed in the land. And hold on, let me make sure. What land was Boaz in? I was right. So basically, Boaz lived and owned the land in Bethlehem, a city in the land of Judea. Okay, he was a wealthy landowner in Bethlehem, and a relative of Naomi's deceased husband, Elimelech. Okay, so the Lord ended up blessing the two women, you know, and I am here to say to you that Naomi, start talking about Naomi, she was very sad. You know, she thought the Lord had, you know, was angry with her, you know, because her husband died. Then she lost her sons, you know, but, you know, she had this faithful daughter-in-law, which is Ruth, who was, you know, stuck to her side. And she realized, wow, you know, this girl is with me. She is with me. You know, she wasn't alone because her daughter-in-law was glued to her hip, you know, and the two of them, you know, go back to Bethlehem and, you know, and they look for work, you know, and had the faith because they heard that the Lord took care of his people there. So it's like, almost like, I remember Ruth was like, wow, it just so happened that the field that I'm working in, it belongs to Boaz, a rich man. It just so happened, or did the Lord set that up? Was the Lord already going before them? You know, he saw what the two women was going through. You get what I'm saying? And saw that they had nothing. And he already saw along the line where he led them, you know, to be taken care of. So that means that God saw forward. He saw ahead, you know, and he said to Naomi, you know, to Ruth, he said, for I have seen all that you have done for Naomi. I have seen everything you have done. So that means that what you are doing, the Lord sees. When you don't feel like getting up, but you continue to go and you work anyway, God sees that. When you sow seeds, when nobody's looking, God sees that. When you're going out into the land and providing food for people, God sees that. Whatever you are doing, God is seeing you. And you are being blessed in the land that you are in. God did not bring you to this place and not bless you and not look out for you. So you may have nothing. You may have started off with very, very little, but God is blessing you with much, Now, Ruth was very faithful. She was very faithful. She would work in the land from morning to evening. They had to literally take her away because she's working so hard. And honestly, the only time that she would stop working is to rest. Certainly like, excuse me, but almost like me for the past couple of days, taking a day off and to rest. And sometimes they have to take me away from the computer. My husband used to be like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep at one point in your life. So, she was dedicated. She was faithful. So it's going to pay off for you. It's going to pay off for you. The Lord is blessing you in the land. That's the title that came to me as I was in the bathroom, as I was about to go and get ready. But the Lord is blessing you in the land, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. It's like you have favor. Ruth and Naomi had favor. Ruth and Naomi had the favor of God on their lives. Naomi was feeling so depressed and so sad. And she, like I said, she lost her husband. Then the next thing, she loses her sons. And she's just left with nothing, having to look out for herself, having to depend on the Lord, But she ends up having a grandson that becomes king. Now, let me confirm this to make sure. Does Naomi grandson becomes king? Okay, so it says, yes. And then it says Naomi grandson, Obi, is the grandfather of King David. He's the grandfather of King David. So he becomes the grandfather of Israel's greatest king, David. You hear what I'm saying? He becomes the grand. So you have this woman who had nothing, but she ends up being happy, overjoyed, full, having much. This is good. Wherever you are right now, God is taking care of you. Whatever, no matter what it looks like, no matter what you're going through, whether you're sad right now, you're not going to be this way for long. Because suddenly, it's going to happen. God is watching you, and suddenly, it's going to happen, and he's going to do it for you. So anyway, that's my time. I gotta go. We are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we are the chosen. We are the chosen ones. I hope you enjoyed this message. Bye.